Welcome to the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 156. The first setup was submitted by Jacob. This was his first setup. I was gonna make everyone cringe. And then if you go to the next shot, that's his new setup. People in the chat absolutely flipping out about the plastic drawers. I'm there with them. It's not that it's bad. It's not that it's bad to have storage, but the idea of how they look in comparison to the rest of the setup, yeah, not the best. If it was black, I think it would definitely fit in a lot more. The amount of stuff that he has on the desk, you know what I mean? There's just so much going on. I think you have the desk positioned in a way so that it's centered for that wall, hence the empty space off to the left. It looks a little bit weird since like the PC is there and there's still room off to the left. So that's a good spot to put your router, you know, move that, kind of clean that up a little bit. Jacob scored a 78. The next setup was submitted by Vladimir. God damn, he likes remotes. I mean, seriously, what the, that whole right side? No. Usability, I don't think is that nice considering the placement of the speakers. We have the left and right, one's on top of the PC, the other one's off to the right side. Thought that was a little weird. Where's the theme? You know, there's nothing we could really go off of. If it was a further back shot, maybe you had something going on, but above and all that really needs to be figured out. Vladimir scored a 60. The next setup was submitted by Omar. Man, this is exactly what I was referring to when I was talking about people with the pianos. You know, he can, I'm almost positive, he can slide that in and out. It just looks a little, I don't know, I think because of the size of the screen, it really kind of kills the setup. If he had, I mean, obviously every setup with an ultra wide for the most part would be awesome. So if it was a bigger display, let's just go with that, it would fill up a lot more, it would make a lot more sense, and I would assume it would be a lot easier to use. It looks great though. It's a nice room. I love the window. I love the vinyl. I think it's really, it flows through nicely. So Omar, good job. Omar scored an 88. The next setup was submitted by Cam. The white balance is definitely off. The yellow lights and everything, it just looks hideous. Usability, I mean, look at the speakers. It's hard with this kind of desk. I get that, especially having the dual monitor setup, but it's just not working in that regard. You have cables going all over the place. I think the PC is in a very odd position, especially because there's no internal LEDs, so it's just kind of like, it's like a black box just chilling there. I think that could easily go off to the left side under the TV. It would hide that outlet and it would just look honestly a lot nicer. I think it's just a weird spot. I think the poster's in a weird spot. I think the decal of the fat head for the Blackhawks should have went right above your actual desk portion with the two monitors, and that would have been sufficient. I don't think the poster was really necessary. Really, with a little bit of cleaning up and just taking it a little bit more serious, this would be perfect. Cam scored a 66. The next setup was submitted by Jake. Am I a huge fan of this setup? Nah, I mean, it's great in terms of setup, but in terms of actually putting all the equipment in the right spot, it just looks a bit random. And then the shelves were very underwhelming, I guess. They look very empty. Not a lot to them. I think it's just like a starting point because the desks, you have all this empty space and it's just like, I don't know, the stuff that is there looks random. Jake scored a 72. The next setup was submitted by Christian. Now this was his first submission. So before Tom hops to the next one, this was his first one. Boom. This is his updated one. I mean, really nothing has changed other than the fact that he got rid of the monster cans and the RAM and the video card and added a microphone. But yeah, I mean, it's like, it's good. It's, what are you gonna change about it? I would like to see blackout curtains all around that. That'd be dope. And then people are saying maybe a monitor stand, some pop vinyls, something a little bit more to go with theme. I agree. Christian scored a 86. The next setup was submitted by Sebastian. Oh, I'm gonna be a douche. I don't want to be a douche, but listen, Sebastian, you're 19, man. You can't be living like this. What the hell is going on here? Okay, the monitor slash speakers, awesome. Really, really nice, big, but no, look at the placement of everything else you have, dude. Like off to the left, especially all these things, like no, not how you use it. Get rid of everything, get yourself a Dell XPS and you'll be all set, ready to go. Sebastian scored a 54. The final setup was submitted by Toby. This setup, love and hate, definitely 100% love and hate. I love that, you know, although Razer, I think Razer's cool. I'm happy he doesn't have the long extended Razer mouse pad because that thing is hideous. I'm happy he has the Firefly to say the least. The monitor arrangement, I'm not sure I kind of understand what's going on there. The one on top looks nicer. and not just because of size. I think it's just like a nicer display. This is kind of a good example of somebody who realized I can't have these monitors side by side. If I do that, I can't have my speakers in a good spot. I can't have, you know, breathing room for my microphone and have my PC on the desk and things like that. So because of that, if that middle monitor is specific for his gaming needs, then I give him props, because he was still able to add a secondary display without, you know, really making it hard to do the rest of the setup. Regardless, looks like he built the desk himself, you know. Looks like the stain color is different because the legs are lighter, but maybe that was done on purpose. The rest of that green wall, you know, do something with it, whether it be a decal of something that says like a battle scarred teddy bear, or maybe just a teddy bear on your wall. Something like, get a big ass teddy bear and just glue it to your wall. Toby scored an 80. Omar got first place with an 88. Thanks for watching the Pimp My Setup highlights for episode number 156.